Happy Halloween, and for just now joining me here, let me fix my camera. It's got a little bit of lean to it. Maybe that's better. It may not be better, I don't know, but yes, I am live here on the YouTubes tonight. I really don't have an outfit, but I do have a Motley Crue shirt, so that used to be really scary back in the day, so I guess that's going to have to work for tonight. But I got some stuff really need to unbox. I got some new crankbaits. Got the new box Super 6-sack from 6 cents, and yeah, I'm giving this away along with the last 4 or 5 months. I'll be making a post tomorrow. I said 15,000 I'll give them away, so we've got over 15,000 subs now to the channel, so I'll make a post. I'll go ahead and let you know. All you gotta do is comment on this video and you'll be entered into the giveaway. So 6 months worth of 6 cent Super 6-sacks. Huge giveaway, probably over $300 in baits. So after the video, come back tomorrow, comment, just put a comment and just say I want to win, etc., and you'll be entered. So I'll also make that post. It's going to be on Instagram. Obviously, it's here on YouTube and on Facebook. So I don't know. I text Matt and he hasn't responded. Not worried about it. He's probably got thousands of texts. And you know what? I'm not a media guy, so hopefully Matt gets all that stuff taken care of. But I think the chances are probably pretty good. I can get Matt up on the stream one Saturday evening. So I am alive and kicking. I actually have felt kind of crappy the last 4 or 5 hours, but I said I would stream, so I'm going to. So anyway, all you gotta do after the video, like last time, all you gotta do is comment. Just put I'm in to win or whatever you want to. As long as you make a comment, you'll be eligible to win 6 months of Super 6-sacks. And this month's from 6 cents. I'm not gonna lie. It's straight up fire. You get, instead of the velvet Crown Royal style bag, you're going to get a 6 cents bait bag. It's cool. You can see the contents. A swim jig, a mini mag, a quake, and also in here there's a suspending quake and some swim baits. It's a really good deal here. That's definitely $50 of stuff. So you're going to get the last, I guess, 5 or 6 months of those. I'll make a bomb post up on the Instagram, share it on my Facebook page, so you can enter here on YouTube. You'll be able to enter on Instagram, Facebook, but you have to be a subscriber. So I am going to definitely check that out, because I did a giveaway about 6-8 months ago. The guy that won, he wasn't a subscriber, and instead of being rude about it, I said, hey man, just go up there and hit the sub to my channel. And he did, and guess what? He's in here all the time now. So make sure you sub to the channel. I want to get this thing up to 16,000 for the end of the year. So I got to gain about 900 in 2 months. We can do that. So I was watching your work on Bass TV. I'm subscribed. How about Matt and his win? Matt, awesome. I like the fact that Matt come from behind to win. He didn't have a big, huge lead, and I hate to say that, man. For the other people in the tournament, Matt's a freaking closer, dude, and that's what we know here on Kentucky Lake. When he gets a lead, he closes. Now, that doesn't mean he just pulls away, but usually when he gets in that top 2 or 3 and he's got a chance to win, he's a closer. So, but Matt's a good dude. I'll try to get him on here. I'll try to get a few people tonight, but it's Halloween night. I really don't want to pull people away from their families. And I understand that a lot of people aren't going to join on here because they're doing Halloween stuff with their kids, their family. Fortunately, I really can't until I get clear off the quarantine. I'll know tomorrow. The problem is I've got to go X amount of hours without any symptoms, and I've still had a fever today and some other stuff, so I'm not sure if they're going to let me go back to work. But let's hope so, because I need to make some money. Because unfortunately YouTube don't pay that much. One of these days, maybe I can get a viral video. Maybe, I think I'm going to start an OnlyFans, but instead of posting photos of me, I'm just going to post photos of the baits. surely if people will pay money for toe pictures, people will pay money for bait pictures. You know, that's kind of how I'm thinking. So, yeah, man, my wife got me this. I'm a big, huge Motley Crue fan. I'm not one of those people who watch the movie The Dirt and all of a sudden I like Motley Crue, man. I've liked them for a long, long time. And the reason I like them is because my mom told me they were devil worshippers and never listened to them. So when you're like 10 years old and you hear that, guess what? You go listen to them. So I like Motley Crue. Big fan of Dawkins, George Lynch, amazing on guitar. Poison, like them. I like all the 80s rock, man. I think, you know, Guns N' Roses especially. I think there's a whole lot of talent in the 80s, but because of the whole hairband thing, got a bad stigma. But, dude, most of the people from the 80s genre of rock could freaking shred on a guitar. It wasn't just power chord, you know, five-finger death punch, just screaming and yelling. It was, like, really good stuff, so... Anyway, but that's just a little sneak peek to the contest I'll be running, and it's going to run for like a week. So when you enter tomorrow, I'll do the drawing live next Saturday night. So yes, I am everything my mom warned me about. So, but yeah, I got some mail calls in here. This is for a buddy that watches the channel a lot, and I've known this guy for a long time. His name's Chad. He sent me a swim bait. Alright, Bayou Burner, Nirvana Wrecked Hair Metal. I'm not going to put my opinion on Nirvana because I like my subscribers. I'm just going to say that. Nirvana was okay. So, I'm a big time Alice in Chains fan. But anyway, so my buddy, his name is Chad Likens, and this is, he sent me a little note. It says, make sure you rig this with an 8/0 owner flashy beast hook. Best to change out the screw from an owner to an XL screw lock. The Eagle Claw doesn't have a center pin. It will make the bait last longer, so that's a good tip. Screw in at eye level. Any questions, holler. And check out Legends of the Abyss on Facebook. Ryan is a cool, innovative dude. Shout out Chad Likens. Chad's a good dude. He actually won a giveaway from me one time, if I remember right. But this is a pretty cool swim bait. Definitely crazy color on that. Check this out. This is from Legends of the Abyss. It's called the Gizzard Wizard. One thing I like about this, I like the chartreuse. This is something I think you could throw in some dirty water, just this color. He has several really good colors. You got a little hook pocket here if you're going to run a beast hook or flashy swimmer. Really like the plastic. Seems pretty durable. It's not super soft, but it's not super hard. It sounds like a very durable plastic. I really like this. And that's the Gizzard Wizard from Legends from the Abyss. He even put his little card in here. It says, all orders and bait inquiries can be made directly through our Facebook page, Ryan Perry. So, dude, I like swim baits. Chad Likens, I appreciate you, man. I definitely, when we get some milky, dirty water, I might have to give that one a try. It's actually got a little hint of blue right here through the lateral line, if you guys see that. So, pretty cool deal. I've heard a lot of good things about the Gizzard Wizard. Let's see. Yes, I have seen the new Justin Royal hoodie and t-shirts. Matter of fact, if it hasn't sold out, I'm actually going to order me one. Justin's a good dude, so I'm going to do what I can to support his channel. Eventually, I'll get some apparel back in. I've had all these ideas, but the thing is, why would people want to wear a shirt that had anything that says Baitman on it? I mean, I had the Jank shirts. I had the Bait Hub's the best one. I like it, but I don't think anybody wants to wear anything that says Baitman on them, so. Michael Mann, I think he can hang on to the 4th spot. I mean, he's always punched a ticket to the Classic, so you can also win the Classic and you get to go to the Elites. I think that's his plan, just win the Classic and automatically be in there. So I think I'm just going to address it one time. I think Nirvana's one of the most overrated bands ever, and if Kurt Cobain didn't die, they would just be another, just another grunge band that went away. So that is my heater take of the day. All right. you know, Dave Grohl obviously was the brains behind Nirvana. If you look at Foo Fighters and everything, but anyway, that's my take. I don't want to lose no fans over that, but I think my wife heard that and she got really mad. So anyway, but I do like a lot of early '90s rock. I'm not saying Nirvana was terrible. I just think they're a little overrated. Well, I got all my artwork for those T-shirts, so I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do there. Dude, Stone Temple Pilots is actually what I would consider underrated. They are really good. Fortunately, you know, this is all the good bands. The frontman or somebody's addicted to smack, but I would love to know Ted Nugent's take. The Motor City Madman, as they say. Uh-oh. You can't get close to me. Y'all gotta see Bait Girl real quick. She can't get close to me, so here. Show them your costume. Show them your costume. Stand up, Neely, and show them your costume. Okay, all right. You'll have to get out of the bait room then, because you can't be near me, okay?
Come on, you want candy?
All right, I love you. Bye-bye. She wanted to show her costume. She can't get that close to me. That's about the closest we've been in a while, so. Yeah, Taylor, send me a message about that over on Facebook. So, yeah. Anyway, that was the Legend of the Abyss, the Gizzard Wizard. I really like that. So, well, I appreciate that, Tom. KB, you teased us last night. Show us some balsa. I appreciate it. What's up, Webb Combs? Great guy, man. Great guy you are, Webb. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I think he was killed, to be honest with you. All right, so let's see. Here's a guy. Can't be in here, buddy. Still can't be around me in close quarters like this. All right. Next Saturday, Baitman Jr. It's Baitman Jr. stream. We're going to talk about whatever Baitman Jr. wants to. How about that? All right. So my buddy Sycamore Outdoors sent me a little package with a few baits. He knows I like to collect these, and I really appreciate it. And he also made Baitman Jr. a 6 cents mask to wear to school. It's a little small on him, but that's okay. He's figured it out. I don't know what he's done with it. I told him to bring it in here, but I appreciate that. Obviously, very important. I'm not on here to preach about masks or all that stuff. I'm just saying I've got COVID-19. I wore a mask. I still got it. I know people who wear masks and haven't got it. So you do your thing. I'm cool with whatever choice you go. But I've been collecting these Pro Autograph Series stuff. And look here. Send me a Larry Nixon. I believe this is the 5A Bomber. It's kind of that translucent raven red. This is kind of a hard one to get. And this is actually a fish catcher. There's a lot of guys that buy these, and they're not collecting them. They buy these to fish, especially in the spring. And a lot of people forget Larry Nixon used to be with Pradco and does have those rotating treble hooks on here that I like. Great bait right here. And not only did he send me, I gotta make me a new little spot here. I got one box that's kind of coming over the edge. Not only did he send me the red one, Mr. Sycamore Outdoors sent me this one, which is actually the harder one to find. It's chartreuse and like a silver bone. Really good color, man. It's a really smallmouth color. I've seen Larry Nixon talk about this on Facebook to a guy, and he said it was one of the best smallmouth colors he ever remembers. He said those smallmouth love this style bait. These things catch, but they're getting harder to find. I'm trying to get the whole collection of the Pro Autograph stuff, whether it's in the package or not. Dude, I really appreciate it when people find stuff like this and they want to share it with me. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to take a piece of copper wire and run it up here so I can hang all the stuff I'm actually going to collect. You know, I'm probably not going to fish with these baits. I will fish with this popper. Probably will fish with this Rogue. And, yeah, I'll probably fish with the DT. But the Bagley stuff, I'm not fishing with the Bagleys. I'm not going to do that. So, and then my man pulled through. Got me another Fat A. The Bill Dance Fat A. So if you didn't know, there's two colors in this. This is like a, it's like a purplescent striped bass. That's the best way I know how to describe it. I forgot the exact color name, but what's really cool, if you look inside here, you see all the BBs. So you know the layout of the Fat A. And it's not the square Fat A, it's just a regular Fat A, but you can see clear the iridescence in there. This has got a lot of flash, but it's a good clear water color as well. And here's the brother to it. There's the chartreuse, the clear fire tiger. So I've got both of them. Now they made two sizes in both color. One's like a really big Fat A, and the other one's just, I think one's like a 5A, and one's a 6A, but they're 5A and 6A fats. They're hard baits to find. You can find them on eBay. So we'll throw that up there. It's going to be really hard to find some of these pro autograph baits. I got really lucky to get the KBD jerk bait for 10 bucks. I got one of the Jimmy Houston ones. I've got all the Jimmy Houston traps. Both sizes and both colors. There's another color, long A, and then there's Denny Brauer, tiny torpedoes, all kinds of stuff. So crazy. But shout out Sycamore Outdoors from Terre Haute, Indiana. I'm gonna go up there next spring. We'll do some fishing, go watch some dirt track racing, the action track. So what's up, St. Chris? Loving the back-to-back streams. Yeah, man. I figured I would tonight. I said I would. We're gonna talk about some crankbaits here in just a minute. I'm going over some fan mail I got. Alright, this isn't fan mail, but I bought some baits from a guy on the Wood Bait Nation over on Facebook. One of my favorite groups. Got to get on Wood Bait Nation. Kentucky Slaunch Hunter. What's up, man? What about on them? Matt's on them. What can I say about on them that hasn't been said? This dude can freaking catch. You know what I mean? So we're going to try to get him on here. So Simon asked, what's my favorite 6-cent stroker craw color? They got a new one that's a backwater blue that I really like, but I haven't used it. But that color is really good on jigs. Melon Dust is my favorite one. It's kind of like a Magic Craw watermelon. Melon Dust that's the one. That's the one I really, really like. So anyway, this is a laser lures. So I'm telling the bottom, you see where it there it says laser. I believe these are made up in either Ohio or Indiana, but I bought this from a friend of mine. It's the first one I've got. Obviously you see the color, got a little chartreuse belly, a little purple crawl there. Got to put some hooks on it. Throw it. You know, this reminds me of, kind of has like a homemade Flat A look, and I'm really excited about that. But I'll put a link for Wood Bait Nation. All you gotta do is get on Facebook and type Wood Bait Nation. And it's very easy to find. You gotta request to join the group. But that's how I find a lot of this stuff, man. It's Instagram, Facebook. I've not got any of the new 1.5s, but I'm gonna grab some. I think I'm gonna get me on a boss of buying spree this week. I have it feel it's coming. But that is a laser crankbait, very sharp, good paint scheme. Not as super flat as some of the other crankbaits I'll get, but it's got that Flat A feel to it. So I know it's gonna have a tight wobble, but it's gonna have a tight wobble, but it's gonna have some kick, kind of like a Flat A does. So really like that. Now Y'all know me, and this is really the reason I bought what I did. And I gotta clean this one up. But I did not have a DT Flat 3 in Chartreuse Purple Shiner. My guy did. So, in case you don't know, this bait's going to be reintroduced probably next week as the OG Slim. It's going to have a computer board, but it's going to go, they said 4 to 6 foot. So, but I like the OG ones. And matter of fact, I'm actually probably going to send this to Marty Burns and have him put a rattle in it and some other stuff. But I'm going to tell you right now, first thing you need to do when you get these DT flats, you get your split ring pliers out. Your Texas tackle or whatever you got. Get your split ring pliers out. And get these god-awful Sure Set hooks off these things. I'm going to take this off right now. That's a good thing about those Texas tackles. As soon as you pop that over, man, you can just take these hunks of junk off. I'll leave the split ring. These hooks, throw them away. You don't need them. Just put them wherever. You don't need them things anymore. That's the worst part. I don't know whose idea that was. I heard it was David Fritz, but I really don't feel like Fritz thinks that's a good idea. I did just stick myself with that hook and it didn't even penetrate the skin, so I don't keep the split ring. They're not that bad. But those Sure Set hooks, basically that means you're surely going to get set in a brush pile, to me. Never good around the wood. And you know, I fish a lot of wood here on Kentucky Barkley Lake, especially in the spring and in the fall. And then those Texas tackles. So now we got a good DT3 to send to Mr. Marty Burns. That's my color right there, man. It's a good look. I wish Rapala would have brought that back. They did do the big shad though, so. Had the Vols been disappointing year? That's ridiculously disappointing. So, Baitman, are the straight red DT flats worth anything? I have a DT flat 3 in that color, and I don't see them very much. Yes, probably about $40 to the right person. I'm not gonna pay that, but you can get $40 for that. Ryan, you can only use one bait. What bait is it? Well, depends. If I'm stranded on an island and I have to catch a fish to survive, it's probably going to be a rooster tail or something like that. You know, inline spinner, Ned. If it's just I'm going fishing, I only got one bait to throw and I'm going to catch a fish, some sort of crankbait. More than likely like a 6 cents 50X or something like that. I can have fun catching them on. If I'm just going after one big fish, then it's going to be some sort of swim bait. So, gotta set me some parameters there. I'll get all over the place. So, yes, you can get these at Tackle Warehouse. Matter of fact, I will link these in the description of this video. I meant to on last night's video. I kind of forgot what all I ordered, so I need to go back. Would you like an original Storm Wart flat side? I do have one somewhere, Sycamore. I actually seen it the other day. I think it's in my tackle shed. Used to. Baitman says I need to move my tackle bait room to the shed, but there's no power out there, and I hate spiders. There's a lot of spiders out there. So, any tips on catching any fish down south? Depends on where you mean down south. You mean Florida or like Kentucky Lake? Yeah, dude, I didn't want to like make him mad, but I was going to text him as a joke because I know him like this and say, Matt, was it worth it losing all that tackle? If that's all it takes to win a tournament, would you lose your tackle again? So, but I didn't want to make him mad. It was a bad joke too. So, but yes, he has overcame a lot, and a lot of people would be done. Like, dunzo. And you know, I'm feeling okay, Doug. Not great, but to be honest, I'm just trying to make it through about an hour and a half of this, and I go to bed. So. I just feel like if I was stranded on an island, that the trusted inline spinner, you can catch anything. From anything in a creek to whatever, you can catch me just enough that I can eat. So. Alright, what else did I get here? Same box. So this is my guy, BJ Barron. I got these from the same guy. This is one of the Barron's cranks, man. This is kind of that chartreuse and that faded blue. I really like this. Now I put these hooks on today. These are those Owner ST35s, super sharp. I think they fit the bait pretty well. These are number 6. I really wish I had a number 5, but they don't make those. But really like this. It's going to be a good springtime dirty water bait for me. Really like BJ's stuff. You can look up Barron's Custom Cranks on Facebook. As well, and that's a balsa bait. Love that computer board style bill. I've got a lot of BJ stuff, man. It's good. I am going to do a balsa bait giveaway pretty soon too. So you guys wanting a chance, I'm going to put some Barron's in there. I'm going to throw a Coulter crank in there. It's going to get silly. Somebody's going to be balsa hood rich. So anyway, got 2 more Barron's cranks in here. Kind of that, 2.5 style square bill. Really like this one. This is, it's not foil, but man, it's a really good paint job. And it's kind of like a gold Tennessee shad, man. Y'all see that? It's not a chartreuse and black, but it's kind of like a Tennessee shad. Man, BJ did an awesome job on this one right here. Got the little orange throat to it. And what's cool about these balsa makers, they usually date these things. See if you can see the date on here. This was made in 2019, but man, that is a good looking homemade crankbait right there. Really like this one. I did just say hood rich. So now I'll probably go to, something like a number 4 on that size of a bait. You could do 6s, but a 4 or even a 5 is probably your best bet on a bait that size. And then, and remember when Lucky Craft had the BDS and they had a color called Sour Apple? Well, BJ has this one right here. Now this is a 2019 bait, but man, that bright chartreuse, so bright you can barely see it, and it's got that lime green back. I love the eyes on here, and that big fat computer board lip, orange belly, Lake Barkley, places in the Mississippi River, got color in the water. That's going to be a great color bait right there. But BJ is a good guy, man. He builds a mean bait. He probably doesn't get all the recognition that some of the other balsa bait builders do, but his baits catch fish. And in the pool, they do a lot of different stuff. I'm pretty sure one of these baits has got a super tight wiggle to it. You think, man, that big fat balsa is going to be like crazy back and forth. When one of them was really tight wiggle, and then it just almost paused when it backed up. So it was cool. Definitely a really good style bait for the dirty water. For you guys want a fat, tight wiggling bait, this is one. But yeah, man, great colors on there. This back is actually almost, I don't know if you can tell, but it's almost like a foil finish. So, but BJ Barron, look up Barron's Cranks on Facebook. I got all that stuff as a lot, really, just to buy these 2 baits, and I'm happy I did, man. This Tennessee shad, man, oh Tennessee shad, that one is just freaking killer, man. Man, the webcam's working good tonight. We're getting some really good image quality when I zoom these in. Whew. So what I'm working on is getting a second camera, and that way I can have Matt sit over here in front of me, and I can have a camera here and camera there, or whoever else in the bait room. I talked to Mark Menendez, I believe this morning, and he said that he definitely wants to come on and teach y'all about hooks, treble hooks, any kind of hook. Mark's very unique when it comes to soft plastics as well. So I'm actually going to take these baits. I'm going to try to clean up the bait room, but I've decided I'm going to take this Planos. I really like this bait box. I'm going to get some more of these. This is going to be my new Balsa crankbait box. Because not only does it have this top layer, it's got a bottom layer. And this is, they have these at Tackle Warehouse as well. But it has this bottom layer so I can put more, and then I can put upside. I'm just going to use this wide pocket over here to put treble hooks and stuff. So I can kind of have a to-go balsa crankbait box. And that is actually a 3700 plain old guide series. I still love my Bass Mafia stuff. But I just think that's a cool box. I want to be balsa hood rich. I'm going to tell you, I've got some money and some swim baits, and you guys have seen that. But dude, there's guys that are paying $400 or $500 for balsa flat sides, and that is no joke. Go look up an original Ronnie B. Love plug. I mean, they're going for high dollar. So, Corey Loveless, what's up, Corey? Finally catching live stream. I'm doing okay. Wow. Yeah, imagine if you had asthma. Well, I'm glad you're alright, man. It's kicked my butt. I'm not going to lie. I talked to a friend who lives in Indiana. He said his wife had it. Hers was just like mine. It was really bad for a couple days, then go away, and then come back. So it was like a 3 or 4 week deal. Oh. And plus it gives me a lot of gas, just to be honest with you. So I have not used the Matt Allen crank yet. I'm ready though. So, Baitman, do you have any experience using Ramsey baits? Never even heard of Ramsey baits. I'm sorry, bud. But I do used to use the Core Shot Yamamoto Cinco. So, Bo Judd has a love plug. Man, I would love to get my hands. I just want one. It can be beat up, but I just that's one of those deals. If I had one, it's a collectible. So, what do you think is the best crankbait for like $7? Well, what kind of crankbait? See, this is why I don't do YouTube videos that say this is the best, because that's a really broad subject. But if I think your best value at $7 is a Strike King or a Strike King or 6 cents. I mean, it just depends on how you want to fish. Do you want to fish shallow? Do you want to fish deep, mid depth? It's really hard to pin down. So, you know, I could give you a sponsored answer and say just go buy whatever 6 cents. It's the best. But I'm not going to do that. Give me a little bit more specific, and I'll narrow it down. So. Bojo, I don't know where you, dude. That is like the score of the century, my man. I don't know where Ronnie B. I don't know the whole story. I'd have to talk to Norm Coulter on that, like, and figure out exactly where his baits were real popular. Because I would figure that would be a better way to find one, being around in a popular area. You know, you're probably not going to find one in the middle of Utah, but. Alright, for $7 in the 7 to 10 foot range, you're probably not going to find much better than Norman Deep Little N. It's a really good bait, or like someone said, save up for a DT10. But you know, if you want to go the Strike King route, dude, I'll tell you right now, in a 7 to 10 foot range, a Series 4 Strike King is really good. Not a 5XD or 6XD, but a Series 4. What's up, Kyle Gadd? You're in here, bud. I'm sorry I meant to text you, but Depths 115 glide bait any good? Depends on who you ask. My man Kyle in here, he's a big time swim bait guy. He likes a Depths 250. I like the 175, but the 175 will nose up. I don't know much about the 115. The swim on the Depths, the smaller they get, just to be honest with you, the worse it is. The bigger, the 250 has the best, most consistent swim. Yeah, I'm getting there, Kyle. I felt like crap this afternoon a little bit, so. Yeah, tactical DT, that's river to sea bait, so. Yeah, so the 115's got more of a real narrow S in action, where the 250's got that big, slow S moving. And then the 175 is kind of in between, and it do this number on me. It nose up, so I've had to weight the front end down. And you can do that many ways. Depths, Kyle let me know that Depths makes some nose weights for them, but I just used a heavy hook and put some suspend strip around there. Yeah, the C10, C6 is a really good one in that 7 to 10 foot range. But all right, Sycamore Outdoors. What is the most overrated lure made? Well, the most overrated lure ever is the original Rapala Wigglewort, but they don't make those anymore. So if I had to say what is the most overrated lure right now, I'm just going to say it. It's probably a Whopper Plopper. Or, actually, the most overrated lure is in the swim bait world. It's called a Piz swim bait. And I see all these people trading around these Piz swim baits like they're freaking Pokemon cards. And people are skipping their house payments to buy these baits. And I ain't seen nobody catch no damn fish on them. Every one of them I see. No hook rash on it. No teeth marks. It's just trade, 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 trade. Ain't nobody wanting to sell them either. And that's what's crazy. Tells me people aren't using them to catch fish. They're using them as currencies to trade for other people's swim baits. I see, hey, I've got these Piz swim baits, but I want a high-powered herring, or I'll trade for working class zero and this and that. And, dude, I literally don't see any... Oh, I'll take that back. I've seen a few guys post pictures, catch them on their wake bait, the Piz Mini Beast or something like that. But, dude, I just watched a swim video of a Piz, and it swam like a dog turd, to be honest with you. It was like rolling over. It looked like somebody had smacked a Megabass eye slide in the face. It was bad. And I asked them what they paid, and they said $300. And I said, I would have asked for my damn money back. It was that bad. Maybe that was just one. Maybe they're the best swim bait ever. But I'm saying that Piz swim bait, ridiculously overrated. It's a lot of hype, and that's okay. If you like them, no problem. Same with the guys that hate me because I say Wiggleworts are overrated. You know what? If you're confident in it and you catch fish on it, that's all that matters. Just in my opinion, I feel it's overrated. So, I think the Rashi Shad's pretty decent though for the money. I mean, you got to remember the Rashi is $30. A Piz swim bait is $300. So to me, if you're going to charge $200 or $300 for a bait, and by the way, also give them to guys that put them in raffle groups to sell them for $500 and flip your own baits, it better be a damn good swimming bait. It ought to swim itself, you know. Because I'm going to tell you guys right now, when it comes in swim baits for the money, you're not going to beat Mike Bucca. Period. If you want to put out a best product that has a great swim, awesome customer service, less than $100, you ain't going to beat Mike Bucca. And matter of fact, his new Shad Glide is killer. Now, it's $150, $190, but it's freaking killer. It's what you'd expect when you pay that money. Now, man, I'm on a rant right now in the swim bait world. Somebody post this up on the swim bait universe. Hopefully I don't get banned, but dude, KGB swim baits, Kevin Brightwell, Chad Shad, the legend, those are freaking killer baits, man, at half the price. Yeah, man. You know what? I'm not scared of the Piz cult. And I'll be honest, I'm not going to spend $300-$400 on one. I'd love to have one, but I'm not like going to give my life away for it. These people out here skipping their trailer payments, you know, for baits, man. It's crazy. I mean, I go on buying sprees when I've got some extra money, but I see people on the internet always like, man, I got to pay my bills. I got to sell my baits. Yo, pay your bills, then sell your baits, man. You know what I mean? Like, I get it though. If you're young and stuff like that, just married, living by yourself, we all been there. I mean, I've had to sell baits to pay some bills, but don't put yourself in a position to go, should I buy a $300 swim bait or pay my water bill? Yo, go pay your water bill, and then what's left from that, buy a bunch of cheap swim baits. So we all been there though. So that's just one of my things. Like, man, y'all go pay your bills before you buy the bait. My bills are paid up. I don't have a truck payment. I don't have a car payment. Now, I ain't got the nicest vehicles, but I ain't got no payments. So that's how I buy this tackle warehouse order. Well, you know, I don't have to make a truck or car payment, so I can afford that. So, all right. Seems like some people make swim baits and sell them for $100 plus because people will pay that. Dude, that's the total deal. I mean, the market says we will pay $100 to $300 for a swim bait. If you hop it up good enough, it will. But yeah, Mike Buca's an awesome guy, and that's why a lot of people buy stuff. Not because, I mean, Mike's baits are not going to win a beauty contest. But there's more people that's spent $50 on a bull shad that have caught fish than many other $50 baits out there. Bull shad, the 4x4 gill, you name it. Pound for pound, best swim bait maker out there. I'll go ahead and say it. And he's been my friend forever. And he's deaf as shit, so he's never going to hear this. And he's in Mexico right now, the easiest place to catch fish in the world, Mike. You're just out there cherry picking. And somebody can type that and send it to him because he can't hear. He said Baitman was trashing you, Buca. But pound for pound, best swim bait builder out there at what he does. He's got a glide bait, he's got a wake bait, he's got jointed baits. Anyway. Yeah, cheap. I would say cheap is that S-Waver price range or the 168. You know, $25 and under. I actually put the Arashi Glide in there. It's really not that bad, but now they're heavier than the S-Waver and different action. I like the Arashi Glide. It's not everyone's cup of tea. Sean, I agree. Sean Monahan says limited availability seems to make these more coveted. Some sell out in less than a minute. Well, the bait makers, some of them, not all of them. I feel like people like Buca, Brotwell, KGB, a few other guys, they do a really good job. They're just trying to keep up. They can't, they make as many bait drops as they can once or twice a week. Buca's got hundreds of molds. Some of the guys, I really feel like they're just trying to keep the hype up. Because if they put limited... And it's not just, and I'll be honest, it's not just swim bait guys. I've seen this in crankbait world, handmade crankbaits, and some other stuff where guys they're only building just enough, just so the value goes up because they're really rare and they're hard to get. When in reality, they're not putting that many out on purpose. So, yeah, triple trout, man, that's a great bait, man. I need to get one. It's an OG bait, inspired a lot of other baits, and I've seen people bashing Mike Gilbert on WCZ, but if you knew how many baits Gilbert was really making to make these drops every 2 weeks, it would blow your mind how many he's really selling. It's not like he's doing a bait drop and he's got 6 packs of these things. Dude, he's selling hundreds upon hundreds at a time. Plus, he's trying to get into retail, so. Anyway, yeah, Gantee is a good bait. So, heard about people filing S-Wavers down, but I've never tried it. You really don't have to on an S-Waver. You will get one every now and then that just doesn't run like the other one. It's just like buying a crankbait. You're going to get a swim bait that just doesn't run. And it's not like it's a bad build. And like I said, I've seen it. And so I'll apologize to the Piz people. I don't want to talk out both sides of my mouth here. The guy that got that bait, maybe he got one that didn't run very well. Things are going to happen. But I've also seen other swim videos and heard from other people that the Piz is pretty hype. Like the Runt and Runt Junior are really good wake baits. But the Glides, probably won't waste my money on. So, Baby Bull Shad is at Walmart. That's one of the best for the money is the Baby Bull Shad. I let my buddy borrow one, Hunter the Hammer. He went to Chick and said, dude, I caught him on that baby bull shad. It's awesome on schooling fish. So, Celine Jofield, can I get some free baits, please? I don't know. Where do you work? Can I come to your work and ask if I can get some, if I can get a free milkshake? Does it work out like that? Shine Glide is a really good one for the money. I know a lot of guys like a Shine Glide. I like to find a budget swim bait to start getting myself started. If you want a budget swim bait, I need to just do a video, but Shine Glide's really good. The baby bull shad's good, but Shine Glide, S-Waver, and I'm going to tell you that 6 cents one's going to be really good for the money. So, and the Arashi's a pretty good one. I would like to see a smaller version of the Arashi. It's kind of in between like a S-Waver 168 and a 200. I would like to see them scale that down just a bit. Sneaky Pete's a really good one. Bait Sanity Antidote is a really good glide bait for the money. Really good. So, just depends. Some guys want a bait that sinks a little bit more, where a S-Waver is going to be good. If you want to fish it high in the water column, you know, a Shine Glide is going to be a little bit better. So, best swim bait rod for treble hook baits, 3 to 7 ounce bait. I'm probably going to go with a Fury 806 for the money. That Milliken swim bait rod's really good, but Dobbins Fury 806 or 795. I think the sweet spot on the 795 is about 3 to 4 ounces. So if you're wanting to go 3 to 7, I would go with the Fury 806. Yeah, Big Game Customs. Those are pretty hype, but I've seen a lot of fish catches on them. So, yeah, Scott Stuckey makes a great point. A lot of guys buying these big baits and stuff. It's cool, but if you live up north where there's pike and muskie and stuff like that, you gotta be knowing. If you go throw a $150 bait out there, there's a chance a toothy critter gets it. A lot easier to throw one on Kentucky Lake or Pickwick or around Texas where they don't have those pike and muskie and stuff like that. So Osprey and Huds are pretty cheap. The only thing I got against Osprey is the lead on them. I've got 3 of them up there, and one of them I caught a bunch of fish, but they oxidize and they get this white milky stuff. You can still catch fish on them, but you know, the 6 cents one's probably going to be around the first of the year, I would say. I'm not a big fan of the Ama Glide Fluke. Some people really like it. I'm not a big fan of it. Let me take that back. I've seen it in action, but I'm not sure the person using it really knew how to fish with it. It looked good in the water. I think it could look better if someone knew what they were doing. So, the Mother Chaser, good, but yeah, if your budget's like balling on a budget. So, anyway, best glide for a highland lake. I fish mostly Laurel Lake. Haven't had much luck with hard baits there. I wish Kyle Gadd was in the chat, because that's all he fishes is Laurel, and I'm not going to tell his secret. But I heard if you get a Chad Shad, it's a really good bait there. So, I love Scottsboro swim baits. I've got some over here. I like the Scottsboro. That's my deal. This guy right, where's that? I love their line through. They make a big line through. I think I gave them to somebody, but dude, Scottsboro, dude, that gill right there, yeah, that one catches them. And that one's milky because I've actually been fishing with it. I've got some teeth marks up on this thing down here, so they hold up good. That's the one thing I like about the Scottsboro. You got everything from small, tiny guys like, dude, you can catch crappie on these if you want. Finesse swim bait. It's a really good looking finesse swim bait right there. Alright, you said it, Kyle. I wasn't gonna out you there, but you know, Kyle is a great swim bait fisherman, young guy. I respect him quite a bit, to be honest with you, because he posts a lot of fish catches and he doesn't get in a lot of hypes, but that Chad Shad, he catches them. So, Chad Zone, how do I get into bait collecting, and also how I get into doing YouTube videos. So, honestly, you know, I worked retail for a long time, so I guess how I got into collecting was I'm always trying to get the latest and greatest. And so in retail, that meant extra sales. If you could get stuff before your competitor could, you could sell some extra stuff. But I've always fished, and I was hard in the tournament stuff, and I worked in doing fishing videos and stuff like that. So I got around a lot of anglers. So obviously I worked for Pradco. I got a lot of stuff from them. Worked with Lucky Craft, and man, to be honest with you, I've just always, you know, when I find a bait that works that I really like, I'll load up on them. But I just like unique things, so I collect to fish with. Now, I fish a lot more than people realize. I don't really like making fishing videos. I like making bait videos and streaming. But man, my little girl's going off. But to me, I have more fun being behind the camera and editing more than I do like seeing me talk about stuff. So, you know, one day I just got bored and I made a YouTube video. And I forgot what it was on. It's one of the very first ones I did. And I got a pretty decent amount of views. And like the second one I ever made was how to make a double whopper plopper. And I got like 20,000 views in a week. And I was like, dang. I literally got 1,000 subs my first week on YouTube. It was crazy. So, and then I didn't make a video for like 6 months. Could have been Lunkers TV or better. And I just didn't make videos. So. I do like the negotiator. There's a color negotiator, if anybody can find it. It's called Abalone Gill that I am looking for. Yes, I have thrown the Battle Shad. I've got one. Well, it's outside. I got it tucked away for somebody, but I've got one that's teeth marked all up. They freaking eat that Battle Shad. And the Citizen. The Citizen, Battle Shad, I kind of consider them the same thing. But, man, I got a 7-inch Citizen that's absolutely wrecked. And you know what? They hold up pretty good. That's the one thing I'll give you, say the working class zero stuff holds up really well. So, Baitman will save you from spending money on junk. I try, you know, if I buy it for the most part. Now, I've bought stuff that I'm kind of like, you know, I'm not sure on. What was that one bait? We get some swing and misses. I bought that thing from Tackle Warehouse, the little, basically a finesse swim bait with the blade. You know, we could put that one in a maybe. I'm not so sure about that. I'll definitely throw these high dollar mega bass and let you know if they're worth it. I mean, 12 bucks ain't that bad though. I'm not going to do Barbie rod challenges. I have thought about doing like a swim bait only challenge. You know, with somebody that's good fisherman. Like, go to a lake that's got some janks in it, and all we're going to do is throw a swim bait. So, yeah, there you go, Boss Hog. So, I had this idea, because I used to watch a lot of YouTube. It's called Watch Mojo, and it's top 10 lists of all the stuff that I was just going to put out all these top 10 videos about fishing. And I realized, and then I just quit making videos. So, I did like top 10 casting reels, and that video like took off, had like 150,000 views. The top 10 flipping baits and stuff like that. And I would always drive somewhere on Kentucky Lake and film these. And to be honest with you, I could probably do the same damn thing right here in my bait room, but I'm worried that people see, well, why don't he stream that if he's just in his bait room? But it's just whatever. What size beast hook do you use on your Battle Shad? I use what's on the package. For the Citizen, I believe it's an 8/0, and the 9-inch is a 10/0. So like this one right here, what's really cool is Mike Gilbert's got this down to a science. He will put on here, like he wants a 6/0 weighted swim bait hook in there. That's a pretty big bait. And this is a 6-inch Citizen. Personally, if I could get away with an 8, I always go a little bit bigger. But Gilbert has made this a science. So he don't put 6/0 on there just to throw you off. So Bait Sanity Antidote is a great glide bait. I really do need to make a best beginner swim bait video. I think that's, and maybe get some footage. I'll tell you a really good one for the money. And I'll be honest, I don't have much luck on this bait, but a lot of people freaking crush on a mag draft, especially the 6-inch. It's one of those baits, I just can't figure it out. I don't know if I've got the right retrieve or what, but I can go behind this bait with a Scottsboro or a Bass Tricks and catch them. But there are a lot of people out there that love this bait, and I've seen it in action. I know guys that crush them on this thing. But that's a really good introductory swim bait, is the mag draft. And that 6-inch ain't that expensive. Now, I've got a big 8-incher up here. Yeah, my wife knows about the 8-incher. But anyway, they were I've had some absolute train wrecks hit that thing. I can't hook them up. So, my favorite all-time 6-inch Bass Tricks and Hitch #1. That's my favorite all-time swim bait. Catches so many fish. I've caught them in 3 foot of water up shallow, working it like a spinnerbait, and I caught them in 30 foot, just barely moving it. So, what's up, Frank Hazley? My man. So, all right. Let's get back on a crankbait. So, flea market find right here. Check it out. $8. This is an original, an OG Skeet Reese MR. Love this bait. They're hard to find too. So this would be one of those baits I could probably flip on eBay or somewhere and probably get double, maybe triple, but for $8. And it was in my color. The Table Rock Crack Skeet Reese Edition Flat MR. Great fall bait, but this is a really good spring bait. Very underrated is the Skeet MR, and I think a lot of these are coming back. But that MS Crack color, or they call it Table Rock Crack, T-Rock, whatever. Dude, that's a killer one. So the jank juice and this are really, really, really close. You know, actually, Casey asked me if I want to do a scaled version of jank juice, and I said, man, I don't know. I don't want to copy Lucky Craft. So, but this is a really, really awesome bait. If you can find these in any red or craw colors as well, the Skeet MR, bomb. Especially if you can find them for $8. No, Brett, the 6-cent ones have a smaller screw lock. Personally, I do like an owner beast hook. If I'm going to throw anything over like an 8/0, I really prefer owner beast. Now, for Kitex and small paddle tails and the Divine Swimmer, smaller swim baits, your 6-cent would be fine. But for big ones, I like the beast hook. Because you use those bigger, meatier baits, you need a bigger screw lock on. Whereas the 6-cent ones have a small screw. They're great for Kitex, small paddle tails, and stuff like that. So, good hooks. I don't use them in my real big baits. So, for spots, do you throw large or smaller swim baits? I don't really target a lot of spotted bass, but I've sent a lot of. I won't say. I used to send back in the retail days a lot of babes down to Alabama, and these guys were fishing them on the Coosa River, and that's a 6-inch swim bait. Matter of fact, the kid who was buying them just messaged me the other day, wanted to know where to get them, and I told him get on their website. But he said he's gone through 4 dozen of them things, and just crushes big spotted bass on a 6-inch swim bait. So, thanks, Nathan. I appreciate it. The Norman Scorpion. I'm not sure if I know what a Norman Scorpion. Yes, Blueback Chartreuse Crack is a really good one. I like that one. All right. All right, I'm going to tease y'all a little bit. So, got some new crankbaits in. I bought these again off Woodbait Nation. The guy that makes this bait, his name is Alvin Bowman. All right. And I saw these, and I was like, man, that looks like a Jackal Bling 55. And it is, but it's a lot bigger. So here's the first one I got, and I think I showed you the guys this last night. Love this guy right here. See, it's got a little pink back to it, some orange. Yeah, springtime killer. But let me get a jackal, a bling. Where's my freaking flat side box? Of course, my flat side box is on the very bottom. Alright, so here's a jackal bling 55. This guy, look how big it is. It's like triple the size. I like that. So that's actually more of like the size. Actually even bigger. Like here's a flat 75, 6 cents. And then here's this Alvin Bowman. Same kind of body style. Kind of a jackal blingish, but big. And I like that big profile, especially in dirtier water in the spring. But what I want is 6 cents to make this bait and this size. Dude, a flat 55X with a little ting ting like the bling. That's what I'm talking about. But I like this bait. I'm going to have a lot of flash on that for the spring. It's kind of like a bubblegum craw. Bubblegum and orange. Now, one thing I may do, I would probably upgrade the hooks maybe one extra size. I think they're a little small on this bait. Got kind of a Maury Burns in there. So now here's another one he made. So I wish I've been trying to find some jackal blings, and I've seen some guys sell them, but I'm not paying flipper prices, not for terrible colors. I can always get them repainted, so that's the thing. I'm not going to pay a premium for high dollar colors when if I just need a certain color, I can get TK or anybody. So anyway, here's another color by Mr. Alvin Bowman. Again, he's over in Woodbait Nation on Facebook, and you look him up. I got this one because it's a really cool pattern. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's not a true chartreuse. It's like an olive green and powder blue. Something just totally different. But it's got a weird like ripped fish scale effect here. Really cool. So will I'll fish with this one? I don't know, but it's different. You know, I like that. I love that powder blue effect. Again, kind of an off-colored water. I really like this. So everyone does like a chartreuse powder blue. This is powder blue with chartreuse. It's the reverse effect. So yeah, Zoom Balsa RWEC. Those are Ed Chambers, man. I just wish. I've noticed the prices. I got on there today, looked for some. The prices weren't all that crazy. So yes, I do know that Casey loved my idea to get to work on it. Flat, a smaller. I don't know if it'd be a 55 or 60 millimeter, but we're gonna get us a smaller version of the Crush Flat, and it's gonna be the deal. I promise. So I think these run about 4 to 6 foot. It's a bigger bait, so I actually probably would use a little bit heavier line. Like I usually crank with 10. I'd probably go to a 12-pound test. I'm probably going to fish that around a lot of pea gravel banks. This style tends to get hung in stumps quite a bit, so pea gravel banks, flat points, stuff like that. Oh yeah. And these are very moderately priced, 15 bucks a piece. Rick, I will pay, you know, I used to buy them at retail at 15 to 20 bucks depending which one it is to me. I actually won some in a raffle one time. I won 2 for $12. So, but These are very reasonable price. Was 15 bucks a piece. Not bad at all for a nice handmade flat side. This color right here is sick. And I didn't really buy this. I don't think 6 cents is making a bladed jig. Not that I know of. I don't think you'll see 6 cents make bladed jigs or spinner baits. I know one time he made a comment that they're not going to because, and this is how I feel, the market's already full of $12 to $15 bladed jigs. But things could change. Maybe, I don't know. What wood baits do you suggest for somebody starting out that's only been fishing plastics? I would get Black Label Balsa stuff off Tackle Warehouse. Get the rack. Greenfish Tackle makes a really good flat side crankbait as well. That's in that $15 to $20 range. So yeah, yak and bass. I don't know if I'd want to get in that market. There's a lot of competition, man. There's a lot of people that are trying to make the new jackhammer, and they're sitting on a lot of inventory. I can tell you that. So, hey, no problem, Tony. I love those flukes. But speaking of a lavender shad, so anyway, here's the next color. Dude, I love this color. If you're a Tennessee shad guy, or just the old school, like that Bagley shad, dude, this one looks so good. Yes, it does have a hint of purple, but I liked it for it's just a very natural looking color. It's almost like a tequila shad. It just looks good, man. I think you can get bit on anywhere in the country in this, but in the fall, that white gives a lot of flash. You're going to have a lot of flash off the white on an overcast day. Really like it. It's just a very natural looking color. Man, this dude paints really good. And I feel like 15 bucks for that guy is amazing. All right, and that's a color I don't have a lot of in anything. Just like a very natural white with a black back. I ain't fart. Ain't no barking spiders up on this show. Yes, so pearl shad, a little grape. That's a good one. So, and then I got this one. This is a foil. I get same price, kind of like a chrome blue splatterback foil. Got this for them sunny days in the spring when it might be tough to get a bite. My man Craig Power says throw the foil when it's tough. I like that. You know, these baits are silent. Just trying to get something with a lot of flesh. Got that white belly there. And even puts the model number on there. But man, this dude's tough. These are bigger flat size. So this is basically a balsa version of a 75X. Going to have some kick and some thump to it. Yep. That will catch them. So I'll link Woodbait Nation Facebook group on there. So if y'all decide to get in there and post. Yeah, so it's almost like a crappie pattern, but man, I've never seen a chrome blue in splatterback. So that's really a foil underneath there. Great paint job, man. Dude, I was very pleased when I paid something like that. I throw the red one in the pool. I like it, and I'm like, dude, for 15 bucks. The guy that makes that, his name's Alvin Bowman. No, it does not weigh half an ounce. It weighs more, probably like 3/8 of an ounce. It's not that heavy at all. But it's big enough you can throw on just your normal square bill rod. It's not super, super light. So, all right, what's my thought on Guggen Squad square bills? Throw them in the trash. Yes, I'm going to replace these hooks. I'm not a big, huge fan on red hooks. You know, that's no offense to the dude that builds the baits. And I think most bait builders, they're not offended if you change the hooks out. But I'll probably replace those with owners. Probably number 4s, actually. Maybe even try the decoys on those. So, yeah. You know, I'm sure the Guggen Squad square bills are fine. I'm not going to use them just because I'm not in the market for Guggen baits. But to be honest, if that's what you catch fish on, I'd rather see you catching fish than smoking crack. You know what I mean? It's kind of how I feel about it. I'm sorry, man. It's part of the COVID, man. It's just like pulls at my gut sometimes. Doug Hayes, Alvin Bowman made those crankbaits. It's his name, Alvin Bowman. So I'm going to have to upgrade. I think this box is going to be flat sides that are not, they're like high production. I'm going to put the rest of my, I'm going to move all my balsa except for my Rapala out of here because I need the room. I'm running out in this flat side box. I might get up on eBay one day and decide to knock out some Bomber Flat A's. But no, they don't have any. There's no split rings on these baits. And the way I feel about, ooh, focus that back in, camera. Focus that. Focus them split rings, baby. One thing I've always heard, there we go, no split ring. What I've always been told in this wood bait community, a lot of the bait builders say if they ran better with split rings on them, we would put split rings on them. So 50-degree temp tomorrow on my last derby, large and smallmouth. What are you throwing? Dude, I'm throwing a jerk bait in some kind of flat side. Period. I'm definitely throwing a jerk bait. 50-degree water temp, smallmouth waters, absolutely. And probably some kind of a jig, you know, around the outside of grass line, and then I'm having me a cranking day. Stop spending all my money on baits, man. I'd love to do that. I'll probably. This has been my 1 month. I've kind of went crazy, but I've got to have stuff to do in the winter time. But I did clean a little bit of the bait room today, so. Boy got baits, but no skill. All right, Kel. You're probably right. I ain't got no skill. I guess just because I don't throw Guggen baits, I don't have skill. Okay. But I'm not going to argue that, man. I'm really not. You can probably paddle me pretty good. But anyway, that's kind of where we're at tonight. Hopefully everybody's had a good Halloween. I think I don't think I got anything else. I think that's it. So what I've got to do, I got to figure out what we're going to talk about next week. I think we're going to talk about some jerk baitings and stuff. But if you're just new in here, I am going to do a giveaway. I'll post it tomorrow. I'm giving away it's either 5 or 6 months of Super 6 sacks, about $300 worth of tackle. So you have to be subscribed to the channel to be a part of that. So to enter on YouTube, just leave a comment on the video. It says enter me or whatnot. I'll do the drawing next Saturday live. You'll be able to also enter on Instagram and Facebook. But no matter which way your name gets called out, do it just like always. Baitman, I'll draw a random name from each social media platform. Baitman Jr. will draw a name out of my hat. But you can enter 3 different ways. Alright, that's alright, Kev. You make a trip up this way and we'll smash some brownies. Dude, it's going to happen. Just remember November 28th. It's the day after my birthday, after Black Friday. I think that's when I'm going to be able to go that way. So I need to cover the pool really bad. I was going to this week. The problem was it wouldn't freaking stop raining. It's rained like crazy, so. Who is C&K Fishing? I'm at his house. Let's see. Nah, Cal didn't kill no move, man. Just some kid out there. That's fine. Dude, one thing you've never heard me say on this channel is I'm not a pro fisherman. I don't claim to be a pro fisherman. I don't claim to be a great fisherman. I think I'm an average fisherman, and I like baits, and I like to throw different things. And I've had my days where I could catch them really good on Kentucky Lake, and You know, I got kids and a wife now, and I'm not trying to be somebody I'm not. I'm not going to Googin it up, and I don't have to show you how far I can shoot a gun and beat my chest and tell you that I used to be a Marine and give guys hand jobs in the barracks and stuff like that. I don't have to do that. This is just me. This is my hobby. This is my addiction is playing with baits and stuff like that. So, you know what? I'm cool with that. I'm cool with my own skin. So, I have been watching a little bit of that cheap Gary Dobbins stuff. Gary's a great guy, so. I do not have a G-Man chatterstick, so. No problem, Will. I appreciate you joining, man. Jerk bait or jerk off? I can be both, that's for sure. What about Matt winning and Bob's getting... So, Drew Boggs is a great fisherman, man. Really good guy. I've never been in the boat with him, Frank. I'd love to. I've heard he's a super, super nice guy, but I'm pumped. Matt Robertson going to the Classic. Maybe Matt will let me get some behind-the-scenes footage. That would be awesome. So, yeah, you'll comment. You'll get entered. I do this every time. Don't comment now on the stream. Enter me. Wait till the video is over and uploads tomorrow to enter me. So, I have played with the Stealth Jackhammer. I actually like it pretty good, to be honest with you. 6 Cents does have a flat side, Thad. It's called the Flat 75. I just had it up here. This bait right here. It's a good one. Definitely recommend it. The Flat 75. That's my color too. Jank Juice. Don't forget it. Use that code Baitman for 10% off. Uh-oh. $10 make you holla from Sean La. Sean, I appreciate it. You did not have to hit me with that $10 make you holler. It was really good. Appreciate that, man. I appreciate you joining every stream. We didn't have no donos last night. I was pretty excited, man. I'm glad y'all come in here for the stream just to have a good time on Halloween. Let's see. Kel is my friend, and I'm at his house. Oh, that's cool, man. That's awesome. 2 people at one house sign on YouTube watching a dude talk about baits. How about that? So, yeah, I'm not going to take it as a negative, man. That's okay. Dude, Strike King 1.5 flat's a good bait, man. Thank you, Sean. I am feeling a little bit better. I've been resting a lot. I kind of, not going to lie, pre-rest twice before these streams, and helps me out. So, dude, you know what, man? I'm not gonna worry about some little kid talking trash, because honestly, he's probably right. He'd probably kick my butt, and I probably got a lot of baits and no fish to show for him, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Yes, there is a smaller flat. It won't be called a Flat 75, but I think I've convinced Casey to put the work in and get a small finesse flat side. I'm really excited about that. So, no, Matt is not into the elites. He still has to qualify, but he's in 4th place, and that's as long as he can hold 4th place or better, he'll make him into the elite series. So, 3 good baits for Cumberland this week. Oh man. I have to ask my buddy Kyle. If I was going to go to Cumberland this week, I'd have a jerk bait, an A-rig, and probably some kind of spinner bait on. You should do behind-the-scenes stuff with Matt. Dude, I would love to do that. I would love it, and I think he'd let me. But I can't say nothing about... Well, I don't know if I know Matt's got some stuff coming up with Pat Renwick and some other guys. They're doing some proper baths and stuff. So I would not want to put my foot in the wrong place on that. But if Matt asked me, yes, absolutely I would. You always got to be on your toes here in the fishing industry. No, it's all good, Kel. It's okay, man. I'm not mad. Hey, I'll put it this way. If you want me to go fishing with you, I'll go with you anytime. You would rather hear about baits than watching on-the-water how-to videos. Yeah, I like to do some of the on-the-water stuff, but I feel it's played out. There's only so many ways I can watch how to fish a Cinco, which is basically throw it out there and stare at your line and wait for it to jump and reel it back in. I mean, there you go, 10-minute video. That's my issue with YouTube on the how-to stuff. There's a lot of good stuff, man. I think Tactical Bassin does a really good job on the techniques and stuff like that. Tyler's Real Fishing does a pretty good job, and Alex Rudd. And then there's a few others out there that I'm like, dude, you got to be freaking making up what you're talking about right now. So, whew, nothing like a good jig bite, man. So. We'll do, if y'all want me to try to do some Baitman at noon stuff, I'll try to do it this week. So, which A-rig is good? The only A-rig I throw pretty much is the Hog Farmer. Now, I like the Picasso pretty well, but I'm a big fan of the Hog Farmer A-rig. If you don't want to spend the money, to be honest with you, Picasso or the Yum A-rig, this is about as best you're going to get, but the components on them Hog Farmers are way better. So, thanks, Frank. I worked really hard. Guys, I actually put the Mark Menendez Kentucky Lake video up today on his channel. Caught some good fish there. Kentucky Lake is not dead, and it kind of shows you how good a fishing we had this spring. We actually filmed that in 3 hours. Like, I tried to, for TV purposes, make it seem, but we fished from 9 to noon, and dude caught about 18 pounds. Those fish that were 15 inches, 15 and a half, or about 2.5, 3 pounders, did that, caught one about 6. So 4 3s and a 6, that's going to have it. So, would you like it if someone brought back pork trailers? For night fishing, I would, but I didn't use pork trailers any other time but night. So. Yeah, Darius, I do forget. You got to fish a jig on Cumberland. Any time of the year, you can catch a fish on a jig in Lake Cumberland. When I went to Dale Hollow 2 years ago and fished a jig, those smallmouth freaking smoke a football jig like nothing I've ever seen. I only got like 3 bites. It was really, really tough. And the group of guys I went with, the most anybody ever caught in 2 days was 4 fish. So, but man, I caught one, it absolutely smoked a football jig. Like, what, pow? I'm like, golly, that's a fish. So, yeah, I would say $3 a piece used. That's a pretty good price, old Thacker. So, but, all right, guys, we've been on here about an hour and a half. My wife made some amazing Mississippi pot roast that I'm ready to get down on. Not going to lie. So I'm going to jump off here. I know I'll stream again next Friday or Saturday. Maybe try to do both nights. We'll see what I get done in the week. Who knows? I've got to get another TV show done for Mr. Menendez. We'll see what we got there. But guys, I've appreciated you guys checking on me. Sucks I've been really sick and haven't really felt like doing more than I have. But I couldn't let my channel die, so we had to do some stuff on here. So make sure you enter that contest. I'll post it on the YouTube community to remind you guys. It'll be on Instagram and Facebook tomorrow, so you can enter up to 3 times. And I'm really excited to giving like $300 baits away. So you guys have a good evening. Remember to comment on the video. Do it tomorrow so you know it's on there, but and give it a thumbs up. So